Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So let us start our lecture today. And today is April 15. All right. So according to our schedule, we are almost at the end of the semester. So we are. So you see that your final exam schedule is posted. So please have a look about your final exam and then schedule, and then if you have only conflict with another exam, okay, then you can request for an alternative way. Otherwise, there is no excuse. Okay, so and you see that your test 3 is coming next week, right? Okay, and then please. Okay, that's good. Today, this week, there is no quiz due. And we are discussing module 8, right? Two-dimensional array. And in our last lecture, I discussed our slides. So two-dimensional array is nothing but a number of one-dimensional array. It's a combination of some one-dimensional arrays. Okay, you can consider about that. So two-dimensional array. Okay, so in order to execute two-dimensional array, we need two loops. Okay, one loop for one array. So since there are two arrays, one array is within another array, so then we need is another loop that is called we call nested loop. Nested loop means if you find a loop inside another loop. Okay, so that is nested loop. You know that we can use while, do while, and for loop, right? And everything you can do with for loop, you can do with while loop, and vice versa. In your test 2 or 3, right? You had a question to initialize your array element using while loop. And I discussed that in the while loop, you have to do initialization. So the loop, for loop has like 3 parts. I discussed this again. Let me review it. 3 parts. First one, and second one, and third part. So this is increment or decrement. Okay, you can give increment or decrement inside the for loop also. So inside the for loop, you can do it. And this part is initial value, initialization. Okay, so you can do it here or you can do it before for loop. Okay, for the while loop, you need to do it before while loop. And in the while loop, you have to do it this inside the while loop. And this is the middle part is the checking part, condition part. It can be within for loop if you can do it, but in the while loop, you must have this one inside while loop. Okay, so today I will discuss this with for loop and then let us convert this with while loop. Okay, so let us think that what this program do. What does this program do? So its max row is initialized as 10, and then we have another variable row and star. So these are 3 variables. Okay, max row, and star. So create, so in pseudocode actually this is sometimes vague, but initially it creates integer type. So in the for loop, you can say int over here, no problem. You can say int type over here. Int, that means, so if you do not declare here. If you do not declare here, you can declare here, okay? But if you declare here, you cannot re-declare here, okay? So here, row is starting from 1, and row is getting max value is less than max row, less than 10. That means 1 to less than 10. So how many will be? 9. Thank you. And then every time row will be incremented by 1. Okay. And then for the inner, this is outer loop, okay? And the inner loop will come. So outer loop works for row, okay? And inner loop works for column. So and then for in the inner loop, say star equal to 1, and star less or equal to row. So for the first iteration, what is the row value? We got 1, right? We got 1, and then column start from 1, and as long as start is less than or equal to 1. So that means only one time it will get. Okay, and then it will print star. So the first iteration, it will print only one star. Okay, and then so this is, it will print star, and then you see the in for loop. So in for loop, this means, so as long as this condition is false, it will end. And then if it ends, where it will go? It will go to the next statement. Okay, so next statement, it will go to print a new line whenever you press enter in the keyboard. It gets new line. Okay, and then it will not come to do outer loop here yet, but it will check. In order to come here, it will check the condition. The condition is false, was false previously, so it will not go here. So it will restart the outer loop. So this time outer loop row value will be 2. Okay, and then initialization, this value is used only one time, for the first time. It will no longer be needed here, but this time row value is 2. 2 is less than max row, yes, so it will come inside this. If it was not true, then it will go outside this. It will exit. Okay. So then in the next time start again, it will start from again 1. Okay. So every time you encounter in a loop refreshly, it will be executed. This statement will be executed. But previously this was executed, I said, one time, because this for loop was continuation of previous for loop. Okay, so then this time, since it exited and then it come back again, so it will start from again here. And start is starting from 1 value, and then start is less or equal to 2. So that means it will print 2 stars, and so on. It will go like this. Okay, so please practice this program, and then sometime you can do practice to get a different shape of triangles like this. Okay, do some practice so that you can get different. So this is a right triangle, right? So you can get another like equilateral triangle, another way. You can do practice on the my book has in my book the source code like this, but if you so for this course we are not discussing this actually. Oh, we have something. We have something. You can practice this one. So this is equilateral triangle. So there are some minor changes in the code. Okay, you can, so in some space. Okay, so I like you to practice this. There are 2 or 3 maybe problems here. I like you to practice these problems. Okay, so especially this one and this one. This one is writing a small calculator program that will allow you to do addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, and exponents operations. Okay, so please practice this too. Pseudocode are given here, so I think you can try to convert the pseudocode. If you get stuck, then let me know. Okay. So now, in our last lecture, I sent out some program links, right? You remember that? Sent out. Okay. So I believe our today's lecture will be short. So we will spend just half an hour more. Okay. So here we see that this is a let me do a quick activity in order to, instead of telling me, I will ask you questions. So you understand what is this? What is this statement? This is a declaration of what dimensional array it is. How can I see the dimension of this array? Which statement shows the dimension? What is the clue to find the dimension? This is in Java program, okay? What is the clue that I can know from this statement that it is a one-dimensional array or two-dimensional array or three-dimensional array? Yes. Yes, it has two sets of square bracket. Okay. Two sets of square bracket, that means it is two-dimensional array. If you have three sets of square bracket, that is three-dimensional array. Okay, so we are discussing only two-dimensional array. So here, what is the array name here? My data. Okay, so here D is in uppercase, so remember that this is case sensitive. Okay, variable name, and then equal sign, and then you see that it starts with curly brace and it ends with a curly brace. This is the ending of that one, and this is a statement. It ends with a semicolon, and within this curly brace we have another sets of curly brace. You see that this one. Okay, this is the first row. Okay, so this is second row, and this is third row. So each row is again enclosed with, each row is a one-dimensional array, right? Each row is a one-dimensional array. So here, how many one-dimensional arrays we have? We have three one-dimensional arrays actually here. Okay, so here, this is row number, row count is 3. So, but in Java, I will not put 3 over here. I don't need to put 3 over here. It will show an error. Okay. So then 1, 2, 3, and 6 is the 6 actually here, but we don't need to put it here. So 3 is the row number of rows 3, and 6 is number of columns. So we say this is one row, and each row is separated with a comma. Okay, each row is enclosed with a square angle curly brace, and each row is enclosed. Each row is enclosed. So each row is separated with a comma. So now by this format, you can see that it is a two-dimensional array, right? Just you need to give comma now here, but in the program, actually comma will be skipped. Okay, separator. So actually, if you understand this, so if I copy, okay, instead of writing this like this, I can write like this. You see that? Give attention, please. What I'm doing over here, okay? So I can do. I can do it like this way. So what is there any difference between this one? It looks better, right? It's easy to understand, okay? But this is also so when you will be familiar with it, is also this one also easy to understand. Okay, so you will see that how many rows over here? 3, 1, 2, and then 3 rows. Okay, and 1, 2, and 3. So and how many columns we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so if someone is missing, then that will be initialized 0. For instance, if some place, I think language, I will come back later. Okay, So for now we have 3 rows and 6 columns, right? So then how many elements total? How many elements would you have? No, 3 times 6, 18, right? Okay, so we have 18 data value. So now, if in a test you are asked that using the following data values, 18 data values. So these data values can be given within only one without this. If you are given without this, okay. So for instance, okay, data values declare a 3 by 6, so 18, right? So it can have any way, 3 by 6, 18, okay, 3 by 6, 18 to the array named my data. Okay, so declaration will be like either of this or this. So you have to segregate, you have to differentiate, okay? So now you see that it is told that the array name will be my data, so this will be my data. And you see that all of integer type values, so type will be integer. And you see that it says 3 rows and 6 columns. The first value is always for row and second one is column. So 3 by 6, that means now you need to do like this way, you need to do this way. So you should do either this way, then you should do. So you can do, actually this is the shortcut way, but you can, to understand better, you can do this way. So you see that you got 3 by 6, that means 3 rows and 6. Okay, now for instance, if there is a mistake in the test, you are given, like for instance, so you are not given how many data values, you are not told that there is 18 data values, okay? So then you will need to count how many data values are there, right? So 18. So 18 you need to divide by 3 groups. So it will be 6, okay? For instance, but I'm asking, for instance, you have given like this. If you are given, but you have only maybe, how many data values are? You have 16 data values, right? I intentionally deleted 2. So then what will be the last one? Last one will be default 0. You understand? So let us count how many data values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So 16, you have 16 values given, explicit value, but you are asked to declare a 3 by 6 array. So you have to start with 3 by 6. The first, as long as it fits, so you need to divide by 6 each, take 6 group, and then if you have some like missing value, the missing value will be 0 for integer type. You understand? Has anyone any question? So this is the declaration, actually this is the declaration, but this is the declaration, but this is for easy to, in order to make it user friendly, that we can do it. This is the same thing, every 2 rows are separated by comma. Has anyone any question so far about the declaration? Okay, you don't have any question? Okay, so this can be done in different way. I'm giving you another way. So this can be different, declared this way. Also int my data equal to new int, right? Then we give this here, right? And then here 3 and 6. You should declare if you do this way. Okay, let me make it then. There. Array constant can only be used in initializer. Okay. Okay. Maybe Java does not allow that. Okay. So here, if you do not know, if you are not given actual data value, if you are not given data value, okay. So if you are said that declare an array, name my data integer type array with 3 rows and 6 columns, then you have to give an actual values. Okay, but if you are actual values for row and column number, but whenever you do both initialization and declaration together, then you cannot give any size over here. So again, so array declaration is different little bit in Java, C# and C++. Okay, so at least be mastered in your own first lab language. Okay, so I'm discussing this with Java, then we will go through with C++ and then C#. Okay, so let us skip further. So I'm not going to discuss it, whatever I wanted to. Let me skip that one. Maybe that was out of this discussion. So now, has anyone any question about that? It is good, right? Okay, so we have two-dimensional array, just 3 rows and 6 columns. So now, what we want to do from this program, I want to check how many times my target value. It can be any value. Okay, say for instance 5 exist in this array. Okay, if it exists, then it will tell you it exists 2 times, 3 times, 1 time. Or if it does not exist, then it will give you a message that, oh, it does not exist. Okay, so here is the, for instance, the count. It needs 2 variables for doing that. Count equal to 0 and target equal to 5. So I want to check how many times 5 exists. So initially I say it does not exist. Counter equals 0 always. Okay, so now our loop start here. Okay, so for int I equal to 0 less than my data dot length. In Java it has length attribute, so L is in lowercase. In C# L is in uppercase. In some languages it has methods also. Okay, in some languages it has methods. So this is, so whenever you see parenthesis, this is method, but it is not, it is attribute. So here the mistake, point of mistake. Okay, you cannot say equal sign here. If you say equal sign, the program will not go through. Okay, so because for the length, okay, so over here So my data dot length, what it will do, it will say this will be one element. Consider this will be another element, and this will be actually three element. Okay, my data dot length will be 3. Okay, so this entire part will be considered one element. So I equal to 0 to I less than my data dot length I plus plus, and this is the inner loop for column. So whenever we get, so remember that how do we get it? So j for j equal to 0 to j less than my data dot I, my data I dot length. So I initially I is 0. So 0 means this one. What is the length of this one? It is 6, right? And then every time, so I will say this one is length 6. And even if I have some missing data, it will get length 4. So whatever, so in this way, so if I write program like this way, I don't need to count how many actually, but you can count also. So you can write hard-coded value. So you can say here 3, right? Row is 3, right? And column here is 6, right? So you can say 6. If we know hard-coded value, we know that there are 3 rows and 6 columns, and we can write this way. So then what you are doing inside the if my data I is here. So this is the trick of two-dimensional array. So is equal. What is this? This mean? What is this one? What is this operator? What kind of operator is this one? Equality operator. Okay, it checks whether this value, any value, for instance, it will check every value. It is equal to my target value 5. Then if it is equal, then what it will do? It will increase count. Count was initially 0, so it will count equal to 1. Count plus plus. And then you can say after then is done. This is enough. This is if condition done. This is end of if end of inner loop, inner for, end of outer for. So now this comes here. So if count equal to 0, then it does not exist, right? And if count else, if count is greater or equal to 0, greater than 0, then it says the number target appears count times. So let us run this program. So it says the number 5 appeared 5 times. Let us see how many times we have 5 over here. So 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4, and 5. So now let us check for another number, maybe negative 5. We see that negative 5 does not exist here, right? So then if I run this program, it should see the target value negative 5 did not appear. So target value negative 5 did not appear. So even I say same thing, and 15, we say 15 does not exist here. So same thing, it will show 15 does not exist here. Okay, I like everybody, please practice this program. Okay, if you do not practice, if I speak more than an hour, it will not help you, I believe. But if you practice yourself, I send you source code, right? Then it will take a few minutes for you to understand. Okay, please practice it, and if you do not understand it, then let me know. Okay, so I'm sharing this again with you. Okay, so this is the Java implementation, and for C Sharp, I have also same program. So, as we discussed in our previous lecture, what is the difference between two-dimensional declaration, array declaration in Java and C Sharp is that C Sharp uses only one square bracket. But how do I know that this is a two-dimensional array? No, this doesn't have two. It has one comma. Okay, so then comma, even I didn't give any space, it will work, but you can do like this. The first value, so for row, second value for column, but if you declare an array and initialize it together, then it will get the value automatically. So it should have here, how many rows over here? 3 rows, right? Okay, and how many columns over here? So it says 3 and 4. Okay. So it does not take the declaration over here. Line number 7, it will not tell you. So whenever you have value given, then you cannot give the size. That is, remember one thing, okay? You cannot give size over here. So just keep space, empty space, or just comma. Even you don't need to empty space, it will work. Okay, and here, so I put hard coded number. Okay. Okay, actually I have to change it. I don't like to give hard coded value. So actually I say my data dot length and here my data I dot length. I need to change this 15. Okay, so here I need to do, just I can change it here. My data length. Okay, so what is this one? Wrong number of indexes 1. Okay, so okay, what is that? Or is that it does not take, right? 64 and 9 problem here. Okay, it does not take that way. What is the way? Okay, let me do it. C# 2D array length, get row length. How to get row and column length in C#? Okay, the first dimensions. Okay, so it has get length method, get length with 0 and 1. Okay, that's good. Sorry, I forgot that. So my data. Okay, this one. Very C# it is different. Okay, so for this one it will get 1. Now let us see. Okay, got it. Okay, so in C# it is different. So my data dot get length method, it gets, so here it gets the first dimension size, gets and second one it gets the second dimension size. I'm sorry. With the second dimension size. Okay, so there is an advantage of using this code, actual code, instead of giving hard-coded value. For instance, so here, what is the array dimension here? 3 by 4, right? So if you have said that using this, using the following data values, declare A, it says 3 by 4. Okay, sorry. Okay. So here, comma. So it's 3 by 4 two-dimensional array, and you are given 12. 1, 2. So let us get exactly like this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So then for a 3 by so this is 3 by 4. Okay, but you are given, if you are asked using this like this, your question is like something different. You declare a 4 by 3. 4 by 3 two-dimensional array. So I say 4 by 3. So what will be different? You remember, so this one is the declaration of 3 by 4 array, right? But I want to get a 4 by 3 array. So is this okay? No. This is a 3 by 4. So this is 3 rows, okay? But I need to make 4 rows. How can I make 4 rows? Let's divide the 12 values into 4 groups, right? So that means each will be 3. So 4, so the curly brace will close over here, and then this one will end, and then this one will start over here, then you need this one, and then it will 3 another over here, and then another here, and then this one, so this one, this one. So this is a 4 by 3 array. Okay, so the same data value, see that? So based on the difference in the question here, it says 3 by 4, and here it says 4 by 3. Okay, and so it is working with 3 by 4, right? And even if you give this one instead of this one, so you see that the first one you get 3 by 4, 3 rows and 4 columns. And then now if you do this one, okay, I'm sorry, what is wrong over here? Oh, I have some code over here, so that is the difference. So that is the hard coded value. This is hard coded. So you see that if I give soft coded value, then I will not face an issue. So then using this, understanding this, how to calculate the row and column value, column size on the fly, it's easy. Then you can change this. Okay, so now let us do another one more change. Okay, so here I want to do, so we have 12 values, right? I want to declare a 6 by 2 array. So that I have given this data value. Okay, so then I have to declare 6 by 2. That means how many rows? Huh? 6. So how can I make 6? So that means we need to make 6, right? So 12 value divided by 6, so that will be 2 in each group, right? So like this, 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 and then you see that each group is separated by comma. You can keep space, or you do not need to keep space into work automatically. And then 6, 5, and then okay, even now if you use this one instead of this one, it will work. So then you will have 6 rows. I'm sorry, what is the mistake? 14:1. Oh, sorry, I have an extra. Okay, I got an extra. Okay, so I got 6 rows and 2 columns. Now this time it is your turn. Okay, so tell me that I want to do something else. I want to declare using this data value. I want to declare a 2 by 6 array. What do I need to do? What do you need to do? Remember that we have to put semicolon at the end. Tell me that. How many rows and how many columns? Huh? 2 rows and 6 columns. How can I make the 2 rows? 2 rows that in 2 groups. Okay, yeah, just make 2 groups. First one is as many number of rows that many number of groups, so that it will have 2 group, each will 6 elements. Okay, the first 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, this one will come in one group, and then second, this come with another group. And you see that here curly brace, you need to put outside curly brace, another over here. Okay, so here, so now even I use this one, then oh, what is that? Okay, so that this line is disabled, I don't know. Okay. So now, do you understand that if you are given just a plain data value set without any grouping, you can group yourself, right? How do you group that? You say how many numbers of rows? You say 3 by 4, that means 3 rows with 4 columns, okay? And then 4 rows, 3 columns. Okay, then that means make 3 group each with 4. Make 4 group each group 3. Make 6 group each group 2. And here make 2 group each group 6. Then in C# we have this. Okay. So except this one, there is no difference between C# and Java, except and then also the difference is here, right? Has anyone any question? Okay, now let us see that I should have programmed with Java, C++, right? I should have it. I don't have it, so let me see if I have it. Array. Searching 2D array example on Java, linear search 2D example 2, C#, C++. Third one. Okay, it's not completed. 2D and initialization. 2D array example 2. Okay, so let me make it. Array. Okay, so I wanted to do hurry today. So let me copy and get code some from here, okay? And, okay. So we need okay, only this. Okay, in Java, in C++ is different. You need to give the size over here, okay? So here, how many sizes over here? 1, 2, 3, right? 3 by 6. So you need to give 3 and you need to give 6 over here. Okay. What is it? Do I have my bracket and not allowed here? Declare an array. Okay, another thing is that in C++, you need to give this, it should be here. There is another difference. In C++, you need to give this row and column with this with the name of the array name. But in Java and modern programming languages, these are the part of data type. Okay. So now maybe I can copy. Usually I can copy and get code. Let me copy and get from here. Okay. So let me quickly convert it. Okay, so in C++, I don't need this. I don't need this. And instead of plus, that will be. So C++ people, please give me attention. Okay, I'm not doing discussing because you should know this. NDL, and then plus this time this, and then it will be the init E and DL. Okay, so these are fine. So this is this one is this one, and I need this one, right? Okay. So now let us do 3 rows and 4 columns, right? So I can say 3 over here, hard-coded value 3 over here, and I can say 4 columns, and let us do formatting. There is a format that okay, so let me run it first. Okay, so it says 5 appears 3 times. Does it appear 3 times? 1, 2, 3. No, it's 5 times. Why it's getting 3 times? Okay, 15 did not appear. So I 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I did mistakes. It says 3 rows and 6 values. Sorry, it got 3 and 6. 6 columns. Okay, 15 did not appear, and then but 5 appeared 5 times. Okay, so now it works in C++. Okay, now one thing is that, so here we can write as usual hard-coded value, but C++ is a little bit tricky to find the actually soft-coded row length and column length. Okay, so I can do quickly, like copy and get. So here, okay, size of, it's the size of my data divided by size of my data, this one. Okay, so instead of row length, row size, I can say row size, row length. I can do this one over here. I can say column length. I can say this one. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, it is working. So I will explain it soon, but before I forget, let me fix it. So then in C++, we cannot keep it blank, okay, and then we need to give this right after the name. So what will be filled out over here? You in C++, right? So we need to give his size, actual size over it. We need to give 6, 3 over here and 6 over here. Okay, that is the difference in C++. And this one, for this one, what do I need to fill out here with? It says 3 by 6, right? Oh, this is Sam. Okay, so let us do it. Okay. So if we do 6 by 3, for instance, 6 by 3 over here. So 6 by 3, that means we need to give 6 over here and 3 over here, not here, here. And then we need to make 6 rows, each with 3 values. So then here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then here. Okay, so this is the difference between this one and this one. Okay, so you cannot keep it empty. Okay, so 3 by 6, 3 by 6. Okay. Oh, so one thing is that maybe we could wanted to okay, now let us get the focus the last one. So C++ it is a little bit tricky. Okay, so we say size of, there is a size of method in C++ that is used to find the size of the entire array. What is the size of the entire array? So how many elements it has? 18, right? And each is integer type, right? Each integer type takes 4 bytes. So the size will be 18 times 4. Okay, divided by, actually divided by, what is the size of my data with row, first row? This size is 6, right? So then the value is here 18. This one will be here 18 times 4 divided by 6. Well, so yes. Now it should be okay. Then 6 times. Oh no, I did a mistake. Then each value is integer type. Then 6 times divided by 6 times 4. Okay, so that means this is the actual calculation. 18 times 4 divided by 6 times 4. Why is 4? Because each value is integer type, takes 4 bytes. So that means equal to 3. Okay, and over here the calculation is, the calculation over here is, what is the size of this one? My data 0. That means 16 times 6 times 4, and then divided by size of integer equal to 4, divided by 4. equal to 6. Okay, so this is the calculation it will do automatically, but in C sharp, in C++, it is a little bit trickier. So the C++ is one of the earlier programming languages, but in modern languages, we saw that in Java has the length attribute and C sharp has method, right? So I think, has anyone any question how to find this one? I think you may memorize it for now. Then sometime when you use, sometime then you will use it. Okay. So I'm sorry. What did I want to do? I did something messed up. I want to write this program Java, right? Oh, I started this, but I wrote this in another. So it should be here in this program. Okay, so I'm sharing this with you. Okay, but this one, I think I should go back to its original state. Okay, whatever is the previous status. Okay, so it was like this. Okay, so now you see that this is double. If your data type is double, then you see it's double data type. Okay, if your data type is float, then use float. Okay, so this one. So then this one I shared with you, right? So now we understand the difference in three languages is using two-dimensional array, as I said earlier. The declaration is different in all three languages. So I don't have any shortcut way other than you please do practice in your own language, then you'll be familiar with it. Okay. Okay, has anyone any question? Now for the test, upcoming test, whatever I discussed, please practice writing a class. Any class, you can write a tornado class, right? You will be given the attribute. Maybe it's tornado, maybe wind force category. Okay, wind category, you are how many per miles wind. Okay, and then for hurricane, maybe you can give category, the hurricane name. Okay, and then you need to write greater and certain methods. You need to write constructor, default constructor, overloaded constructor. You need to know how to write greater method, setter method, and then how to call greater method, setter method, right? Before you call greater method, setter method, you need to declare the object first. Once you create a class, you know how to create an object. Okay. If you know this, then it will be good for your test 3. But if you do not know object-oriented programming, if you do not practice this, you will not pass in this course. Because your final exam, you will get question. In test 3, you will get question, okay? So the programs that I previously discussed, 2-3 programs, at least practice, okay? Sometimes see my code and practice, then next time try to practice it without looking, okay? And then please let me know if you get stuck, okay? If you get stuck, then please send me your URL of your program, then you will be good. Okay, people who are joining online, has anyone any question?
So is getter and setter methods on module 8?
I believe it is not module 8. It is previous module, right? 7, module 7.
Okay, so the test is module from the beginning 7.
Yeah, mainly for your test will be from object-oriented programming. The two modules 7 has 2 slides, part 1 and part 2. Part 2 has get answer method, and I discuss with live program. Okay. So please look at my previous videos. Okay, watch my previous videos and then get example code. And I think I believe every lecture I share my program, right? Okay, you said it's difficult. I know this is two-dimensional array, is 3 languages, is 3 different things. So it's easy that you messed up. I don't have any way to. But one thing is that, so you focus your only one language for two-dimensional array. What is your lab language? Is focus on that, okay? Then it will be good. Other than, I don't have any shortcut way to teach this. Okay. Has anyone else any other question? Okay, then you have a question?
Yes. Where can you find the list for the test 3 of the topics?
I will, okay, so that we have it in the resource space or first year experience space. In the first year experience space, you should have it list of the topics. Okay, that good question. What did you get the for the test 2?
For test 2, it's on D2L.
I sent an email, but I know that it is here available. Somewhere it is here. You see that here there are topics over here. So here for the classes here. Okay, I will check also. Can you please give me a favor? Can you please send me an email asking for that?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you. I will remember.